Welcome to the AfroCentric Woman, where our mission is to inspire Black women to heal core wounds and embrace a luxurious and abundant lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. Let's talk, sis.
Hi, beautiful ladies. Today I want to talk to you about managing being love bombed. And as a disclaimer, from the beginning, if you are newly out of a narcissistic relationship, I don't recommend you dating anybody that love bombs you. I don't recommend it. If you have not gotten a grasp on your codependent tendencies, I don't recommend you dating anybody that love bombs you. In fact, after a narcissistic relationship, I do encourage you to take time off to analyze how you got there, analyze why you ended up with a narcissist, and analyze what is it within you that is attracted to that type of person, and fortify yourself. Get yourself strong, and very clear and sober before entering into the dating pool. So let me just say that primarily. After my last major relationship with a narcissist, I took off 3 years from dating. So I needed to understand what the hell happened. He did love bomb me, and I ended up getting married to him. And so everything went very fast. And so I didn't realize it was terrible until it was too late. So I just want to say that after the 3 years of healing myself and really getting a strong grasp on everything, I began to date again. And I started to come across a lot of narcissists. And I can honestly say through my dating, I really haven't been overtaken by any of them, just because I just recognize what it is and I understand what it is. So I haven't been swept away by a narcissist. I'm just, I'm not going to say I'm bulletproof or immune, because a lot of it does sound really good and it does seem really good and sometimes it's fun, but I just remain very sober and very clear-minded. And so I have not entered into any serious relationships with any narcissist or people on highly narcissistic or emotionally unavailable. And I think that that's where it comes down to it for me personally. Everything can look great. They could have a great career, awesome business, great income, lovely home, nice vehicles, very generous and all of that. But if they're emotionally unavailable, then I tend to just go ahead and check out, because that's something that I want, or I'm grappling with how much emotional availability it is that I want and need. But we can save that for another video. For now, we can just deal with the current love bombing that I just had, that I'm currently experiencing. So today I went out on a third date with a man who seems to me to be highly narcissistic. And I say that not in the sense that he is bragging about himself per se. I say it more so because of the more subtle things. Like, I feel like today we did go to a really nice restaurant and then he took me shopping. But I feel like it was very much so, very focused on the future. It wasn't just being in the present moment, dealing with like what we had today and dealing with like our present emotions and our present feelings and where we are. I just seemed like every time I wanted to just be in the present, he wanted to, I'll get you this and I'll get you that, and we're going to live here and I'm going to take you to meet my family and I'm going to do this and we're going to have that. And it just was like, bro, pump your brakes. Today, what is the month? What is the date? What is the year? Let's be in the current moment. And it was very difficult for me to stay in the current moment with all the future faking that was happening. That was one. Another thing I would say is just the highly sensitive. So I don't really reciprocate. I mean, I've learned at this point, and I will do another video on feminine reciprocity, but I don't really reciprocate love bombing. So the I love you, and I just look and I just smile. I missed you. I just look and I smile. I've been thinking about you all day. I just look and smile. I just don't go there because, bro, I'm just not going to do that. Look, you may be trying to love bomb me, but I'm not receptive to being love bombed. I like nice restaurants and I do like gifts, but I don't want all the extra fake emotions. Like, I'm not into that. I don't want it. No, no, thank you. So there's all of that happening, that I love you, I miss you, you're the most beautiful woman, you're just the closest thing to perfect, you're the best thing that's happened to me this year, you're the woman I just can see my future with. What else has he been saying? I I couldn't sleep last night. I was thinking about you all night and I just couldn't rest. I want to see you every day this week. And kid you not, I mean, I've already gone out with this guy 3 times within a week span, and he's trying to go out with me, I think, tomorrow and the next day. I'm just gonna put an end to it. I'm just gonna tell him I'm busy. I need to create some distance. In between us, it's just too much, too fast, too soon. And I know what's happening. I'm very familiar with love bombing. I've been love bombed before. Um, And ladies, I can tell you that like dusty men love bomb you in a very different way that affluent men love bomb you. So affluent men will take you to really nice restaurants and buy you gifts, treat you to a very nice lifestyle. Dusty men tend to just call you a lot on the phone. Dusty men monopolize your time. Affluent men can't really love bomb you that much with your time. They will take up an exorbitant amount of time, but they tend to have very demanding careers and businesses. So they literally just don't have the time to do it. Whereas dusty males don't have so much going on for themselves. So they'll tend to kind of want to stay on the phone with you for hours upon hours. They'll want to come over Netflix and chill. They'll want to text you nonstop. Dusties don't really have a lot going on, so they'll love bomb you with time. Whereas affluent men will love bomb you with experiences and gifts. But I digress. Let me get back to the topic at hand and how I'm resisting it. So one of the tactics that I'm utilizing is non-reciprocation of the future faking. So I'm just not engaging in the future scenarios. I'm just kind of bringing everything back to present day. Another thing is narcissists will tend to want to create a conflict. They're very antagonistic. So let me see if I can give you an example. Let me think about this. I have no idea why I can't think of a specific thing that's been very antagonistic, but there's baiting. He also has baited me. You know when people kind of like bait you for compliments, like I I I'm never I never knew if I was a good enough man for a woman of your caliber. And what he's wanting me to say is, oh, baby, yes, you're amazing. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. And he's like, he's baiting me for those compliments. And I just look and I smile like, you're sweet. That's pretty much all you're going to get out of me at this point is like, oh, you're sweeter. That was very sweet. Thank you. But I'm not going to like stroke your ego to that point because I don't want to do it. I don't like being baited, and I'm just not going to go there, especially not this soon. Um, so there's that. And then there was some antagonistic things like I don't remember what was said at dinner today, or rather lunch, but it was something along the lines of, just trying to say like some future faking. And I was like, well, let's cross that bridge when we get to it. And him being like, oh, what, you don't like me? Or are we having our first fight? And I was just looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? But I didn't say that. I just redirected the energy. This is the thing with narcissists. Don't try to placate them. Don't try to argue with them. Don't try to reason with them. They're unreasonable. Just move on to the next topic. Stay in control of yourself. Stay in control of yourself. Stay in control of what you want to do. What is your own agenda? Anytime you're ever engaging with a narcissist, because you may have people that you work with who are narcissistic, you always need to keep in mind what your agenda is in the situation, and you need to stick to it. Don't let them create an agenda for you, because their agenda will be completely self-serving, and their agenda will be completely devoid of worrying about your well-being. So always keep your own agenda in mind. And that's why I say, listen, if you're newly out of a narcissistic relationship, if you have any vibes that you're dealing with a narcissist as far as dating is concerned, you need to run away. You trust me, you're not ready, because it's easy to get sucked back into their wahala, into their drama. So don't don't do it too soon, you know. But I would be disin I would be I have to be honest with you. If you are over the age of 30 and you are dating, you're going to encounter narcissists. And the reason why I say that is all of the emotionally available men that I know who got married in their 20s and 30s, guess what? They're all still married because they value marriage, and there's no reason for them to divorce their wife. There's literally no reason for them to divorce their wife. They come from a good home, they have good family values, and they get married and they stay married. The men who are roaming around, who are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, who are single, many of them are highly narcissistic. And that's just, I mean, in other words, of the percentage of men in their late 30s, 40s, and 50s who are roaming around in the dating pool, are many of them are highly narcissistic. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to lie to you all. I don't want to be as honest with you ladies as possible. And maybe it's because I'm in the South, or maybe it's because of my particular region. You know, maybe that's influencing my experience in the dating pool. So, you know, I'll put that parameter around what I have experienced that I've been dating for the past 2 years, but that has been my experience. So it's either like, in other words, for me personally, if I would say I'm not going to date any guy who's narcissistic, I wouldn't be dating. I literally wouldn't be dating, because 99% of them have been narcissistic to some degree. Some more severe than others, to be honest with you. Now, this guy I'm dating now, he's pretty narcissistic. So I feel tired. See, this is the thing for me. When I deal with narcissists, I have to think about what is my agenda and what am I getting out of the situation. And yes, I like a five-star restaurant. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. Thank you. All of this is lovely and nice, but I also have to weigh it against my own personal energy. Like, if it's draining for me to deal with you because you're so narcissistic, it's difficult for me to manage you, you're unmanageable, then I have to bow out gracefully. I have to just leave the situation because it's not enjoyable to me. If you're narcissistic and tolerable and just a good time and a turn up dude, then that's fine. We can turn up, we can have a good time. You know, I could do that. But I already know, like, I keep a very sober mind about what's available through this particular relationship. So with this last guy, I honestly have to say I was tired. I was tired at the end of the day. I was tired, and he noticed. He's like, "Are you pulling away from me?" And I'm thinking in my head, I want to get in my car and I want to drive home. You have literally worn me out with your incessant badgering about the future faking that I don't want to engage in with you, and you're not picking up on my hints. So here's my game plan for this particular guy. Listen, bro. You maybe have a GPS in where you want to go, but you need to understand that I control the brakes and the gas. I'm going to determine how fast this go. I'm going to determine when we stop. So if you're cool with that, fine, we can proceed. If not, that's cool too. I don't argue. I don't try to convince them of anything, because convincing them is tiring and it doesn't work. Narcissists need boundaries. They need to know what you're willing to take and what you're not willing to take. And if they ever cross your boundary, remove yourself quickly from the situation. Narcissists, contrary to popular belief, they treat different people different ways. They know what they can get away with certain people. Like that's why when narcissists go to prison, they're model prisoners, right? They've been so crazy and rambunctious outside in the outside society. They've been just so, antisocial and just, running amok and hurting people and having narcissistic rage and outburst and disrespectful. And all of a sudden, when they're in prison, they're literally model citizens. Why is that? Because they can turn it on and off too. So if you already get to the jump and you're dealing with, now I'm not talking about someone malignant. This guy's not malignant to anything, to what I know. He's just, he's just narcissistic, right? So I'm already putting the law down. Like, bro, we're not doing this. I'm not engaging with that. I don't, if you're going to pout and act like a child, you will do that by yourself. I'm not your mama, and I'm not going to be involved with you doing that. If you want to show up and be a man, then you can, but I'm not about to a baby you. And so once they kind of realize like how you're treating them and how you interact with them and what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do, they will adjust themselves accordingly if they want your supply bad enough. That's the thing. If they want your supply bad enough, they will do what they have to do to continue to get the supply that you provide. I'm not delusional. He may say that I'm the most beautiful woman in the world and that I am the stars, the moon, the best thing that's happened to him this year. Blah, blah, blah. I know in my mind, in my heart of hearts, it's all blah, blah, blah. I know that it's just blah, blah, blah for him to attempt to manipulate me to get what it is that he wants. So I don't take any of that serious. I take it with a grain of salt, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care. I know you like, and he said, oh, you're so beautiful on my arm. I need to take you downtown and I want you to walk around with me. We walked around the mall while we shopped today. And he was like, you're just so beautiful. And I love having you. And I know it's just like, I'm just supply. I'm just somebody to make him feel good, and that's, and I have to measure within myself. Okay, I'm supplied to you. Who are you to me? What are you providing to me? Like, is this date fun enough for me to endure everything else? And trust me, when it's not fun anymore, guess who's leaving? That would be me. So I'm not encouraging you to date narcissistic guys. I'm just giving you pointers for whenever you do start dating again, or if you are dating again, what to look out for and how to resist love bombing, because you'll probably come across love bombing again in your dating journey. It's just out there. It's prevalent. It happens. I don't want to be delusional, like, oh, once you discover narcissistic abuse, you're just going to get in this relationship with all these empathetic guys and all this, it's going to be rainbows and flowers and unicorns and they're going to all be emotionally available. No, that's not going to happen. You're going to come across a lot of narcissistic guys, and you're going to have to decide for yourself what's tolerable for you, and you're going to have to decide for yourself what's a fun time for you, and you're going to have to decide what your boundaries are. You're going to have to decide what it is that you want from a dating relationship. Because maybe you don't want to jump into marriage. Maybe you don't want to jump into a committed relationship. Maybe you want to date a little bit to see what it is that you like, what it is that you don't like, and have some fun experiences. And if you do, then you're going to have to decide all those things for yourself and and create a plan that resonates with you. Because you definitely need a strategy when dealing with narcissists. And I've found assistance with listening to some women who, work in the entertainment industry and how they deal with men. Some of the way that they deal with men has been quite, beneficial to me as far as the way they talk to them and the way they handle them. And it's really juxtaposed to the way women who are not in the know, how they handle men. I was talking to a friend randomly. I was talking to a friend earlier today, and I told her that I had scared this guy away because I asked him for money pretty fast. And she was like, if I met a woman and she asked me for money, I wouldn't like it. I'm like, you're thinking like a woman, and I think that's a big thing. Like, you're thinking like a woman. You're thinking about dating yourself, but you're not really, really studying and analyzing these people and seeing how they move, how they think, and what it is that they're trying to achieve. You have to think like them in order to find out how you want to handle them so that you can make sure that you maintain yourself, so that you can make sure that you keep on your own agenda, that you make sure that you honor and respect your own boundaries. It isn't about you outsourcing your boundaries for someone else to respect. It's about you respecting your boundaries and you enforcing them. That's what it's all about. And that is across the board, no matter what, dating relationships, work relationships, friends, family, everybody. So, that's what I have to share and more to come.
Thank you so much for sharing your time and attention with the AfroCentric woman. Special gratitude to our subscribers. If you'd like to stay connected with this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you like this content, please hit the like button. If you have any comments or thoughts about the content shared, please drop down into the comment section and let us know. Remember, you are worthy, you are enough, you are unique, and you are lovable. And I appreciate you.